Hello everyone, welcome to another video with me, Sammy from Ainsley Sounds. This is going to be a short video. Just want to show you something interesting in Reaktor. Reaktor can seem intimidating at first, but I'm going to load up the effects version, and I'm just going to show you one in particular that I really like, one ensemble that I really like at the moment. I'm going to show it on an ARP from Impostor. You're going to see it's quite interesting, the dry sound versus the process sound. It's another one of those tricks where you can get a nice complex sound out of some basic elements. So let's have a listen. Okay, so that's Impostor, that's an ARP. Just some notes going through Logic's arpeggiator into the preset in Impostor. I'm now going to load up Valhalla Ubermod reverb. Give it that really beautiful sound. And this is the Reaktor effect. So it's here under Factory, New Instruments Volume 2, and it's FastFX. Just load FastFX Core, just be quicker that way because this one loads with a sample player or something in it. But this is the one you want to just run audio through it and get effects right away. So I'm going to switch it on now, and what we're looking at is kind of like some of these effects like you see Sugar Bytes and other companies, but it allows you to do things like reverse snippets, freeze sections. So you can see just playing around with this yields some really beautiful sounds. And then I've got a tape delay Ubermod over that. As you can see, you get quite a beautiful sound for very little effort. And if you're jamming along and you want to just record these movements, don't forget there is actually a recorder right here in Reaktor. You can just hit record and go right away, and then drag and drop this file into your project. In fact, which is what I did with some other files that I had down here. So we could take a listen to that now. Let's turn everything off and listen to it in our track. Let me mute these elements here. So that's with the Ubermod effects, which already makes it sound really great, but check it out now with what we just did with Reaktor. Now, just explain, this is, I think, the length of the freeze samples, or whatever this thing is. And this actually modulates the pitch. If I let it slide up and open this up a little bit. So you can get some really amazing textures this way. So if you combine this with other parts here, so I did the same kind of thing on some other synths earlier. You get some really beautiful textures going. So this is the pitch modulation going on there. I'm just going to turn that off again. As I said earlier, you can go ahead and record all those manipulations and experiment with this. There's some other things. There's a nice filter sequencer here. This is really cool too. This kind of like spins the pitch up or down, and you can set the time and loop. This is really cool. This freeze function alone is actually very cool. Especially if you can move the chain around here. So if you have freeze a little bit later on, like after the delay, that can be really cool too. I'll just show you that. So let's remove the slicer. So you can just suspend things like that. Control the spin time right here. This is a jitter here. So you can even, if you use it in a subtle way like here, So it becomes like this really warm tape delay, but you've got a lot of control. So if I now want to change the loop position, and I want it to take quite a long time to reach its new loop time, I put my spin time up real high. I need to turn the input down a little bit. I think we're getting some distortion. Conversely, if I want it to happen really fast, or somewhere in between. Now, another interesting thing is the spin. So let's take a listen to that. Let's do a spin twice. This should raise the pitch. So that's really cool. And you can, again, define how long it takes to get to that pitch. Now, there's a reason I've got the reverb on before Reaktor. And that's just because it fills up the spaces between all the notes in the arp and gives Reaktor more to manipulate, so that the manipulations Reaktor makes become more obvious. We can also drop the pitch. So another really interesting effect. A lot of fun. This one I just wanted to show you a little bit more. If you pull the decay down, you get that. You know, there's probably a user guide for this that I should really read. But I believe the whole point for me is just not to think too much about what it all does. It's good to have that control when I want it, but when I actually don't want it because I want just ideas that are just totally different to what I would normally come up with if I was programming something, then this is a great one to go for. So it's really out there. So yeah, highly recommend you get into FastFX. It looks quite funny when you know, the color scheme is pretty loony. Looks like something Roland would have made in the 90s. So I hope you've enjoyed this video. Thank you very much for watching, and take care.